Next up in our small batch smash series is Mosaic and 2-row Tasting 3. Welcome back, everybody. So today we are going to take a look at the Mosaic and Raw 2-row Tasting 4. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button. We're doing a whole series on smash beers, then we'll step that up to 2 hot beers with 2 malts, 1 malt, something like that, and we're going to keep going. This is the last bottle. It is not full, as I don't know if you can see, but it's about right there. It's not all the way full. These are 25-ounce plastic bottles from Mr. Beer. It is very hard. Carbonation tablets are the Mr. Beer or the Coopers. I'm not sure which ones we used on this. My guess is the Mr. Beer, as you got them when you bought the kit. This is 7.67%, bottled on 331, I'm guessing that says. Grain bill, 2 pounds, 12 ounces of raw 2-row. Hop schedule, this is an hour boil, 0.39 at 30 minutes, 0.29 at 5 minutes, 0.32 3 days into fermentation for the dry hop. US 05 was the yeast, as we are keeping the yeast the same. Once we find some beers we really like, we will start playing around with different yeasts. Yeah, this was bottled on 331, was 1030. Now I did have to do a calculation on that, as I did use a refractometer, which will not give you the true reading. So 7.67%. Beersmith wanted 6.2% ABV and 53 IBUs. For the Mosaic hop, the alpha acid was 10.9. So let's go ahead and open this. This is a reused cap, so we'll see if it still kept carbonation. Yep. Let's go ahead and get it into a glass. See what we think. Again, this was brewed in March, so this should give us an idea of how long the malt lasts. Maybe is the malt rising and the hops are falling, so we'll see from there. This is almost 6 months old as of right now, and I think we can tell by the color that it's either oxidized or that malt has taken over. We do have a khaki colorish head. It's almost translucent. I'm guessing it's the color from the beer coming up. It's like a dirty white is what it is. Small medium bubbles, about a half a finger. Let's go ahead and see the color. Caramel. Amber, caramel, lots of bubbles coming up, protein yeast floating in there. I can make out the light box in there, but lots and lots of bubbles coming up. For Mosaic hops, they are bittering in aroma, strong citrus, pine, blueberry, tropical fruit is what we're looking for. But again, as these beers age, I think that's going to start going down and that malt level should come up. Let's go ahead and smell. I am still getting some fruit. A tiny bit of sweet malt, but yeah, fruit is number one, very low, then some sweet malt behind it. I would say if I was doing everything blind, if somebody poured this for me, I couldn't see through it, I would say, okay, this is an IPA with not a lot of hops in there because that aroma has settled way down. Let's go ahead and taste. Older, sweet malt is what I get. A little bit of fruitiness in there. Some bitterness, some pine. It tastes old. that malt has really taken over. It tastes like an older malt. If you've ever picked up a single bottle or a 6-pack or a 4-pack of old IPAs that were still on the shelf at a grocery store or a beer store, that's what that tastes like. Almost turning into a brown, like it's going to that brown sugar caramel malt taste. Yeah, I would almost say it's almost like a brown ale. A little hoppier, you still get that fruit in there, a little bit pine, a little bitterness, but it's like it's that caramel brown sugar type of malt that's used in there. Now, would I say this is good for a brown? No, because of that bitterness, that pine. You don't want that, or at least I don't want that in a brown. But it's got the beginnings of that brown ale in there. And like I said, that 2-row is really starting to take over. It's just got that older taste. If you're new to home brewing, I would suggest making an IPA and letting it sit for about 5-6 months, then tasting it just to see what that older taste is. I don't think it's oxidized. I think it's the malt that is taking over in this beer. Drinkable? Yes, it is. Will I finish this? No, I don't want that taste. If that hop taste wasn't there, that pine, that bitterness, yes, okay, it's a brown. It's a little stronger of a brown. You're not getting that alcohol, but you get that caramel with that brown sugar malt vibe coming from this one. Carbonation level is good. It's not popping, scraping the tongue. Obviously, it's making me burp still, but yeah, overall, it's fine. It is a drain pour for me at least, but this was a good experiment. We will use Mosaic in more beers, but we will not have any more reviews as I only had 4 25-ounce bottles, and this is the last one. So if you like this video, thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you know when new videos are coming out. And until next time, happy brewing.